Amidst the golden age of science fiction, one show dared to challenge conventions, offering a gritty, grounded take on intergalactic warfare. Premiering in 1995, it captured the raw emotional toll of war and the human spirit amidst chaos, only to be cancelled after a single season. What went wrong? Was it a victim of its time? Was it poor marketing, or something deeper? Let's find out. This is the history of space above and beyond.
We thought we were alone. We believed the universe was ours, until one night in 2063, on an Earth colony 16 light years away, they struck.
In the mid-90s, science fiction on television was in its golden age. Series like Babylon 5 and Star Trek showed that a serialized space drama could resonate with audiences. Enter Glenn Morgan and James Wong. Best known for their work on The X-Files, the duo had made a name for themselves by crafting compelling, character-driven narratives. Riding high on their success, Morgan and Wong decided to create a project of their own, inspired by their love for military sci-fi and space opera. Space Above and Beyond was their ambitious answer to a question they felt the sci-fi world was neglecting. What happens when you strip away the fantasy and focus on the harsh, human realities of war in space? Drawing on the influence from the Forever War and All Quiet on the Western Front, Morgan and Wong sought to tell a story that would resonate on a deeply personal level. But as any creative knows, getting from concept to screen is no easy task, especially when dealing with a network like Fox, notorious for taking risks on unconventional projects only to bury them with poor scheduling and inconsistent promotion. From its inception, Space Above and Beyond was a show that demanded attention to detail. Morgan and Wong's vision for the series was ambitious, to say the least. They wanted a series that blended intense military drama with the moral complexities of human conflict, all set against the backdrop of a sprawling interstellar war. Morgan and Wong pitched their idea to Fox, emphasizing a grounded approach to sci-fi. Their show would revolve around the Wildcards, a group of Marine recruits thrust into an interplanetary war against a mysterious alien race called the Chigs. Unlike the utopian vision of Star Trek, this Earth was fragmented, its nations still divided. Against the odds, Morgan and Wong's passion project was picked up by Fox. However, getting the green light was just the beginning.
Man has begun to colonize the universe. Until a first encounter plunges humanity into a galactic conflict.
Our orders are in.
Casting was critical. Morgan Weiser was cast as Nathan West, the idealistic rookie driven by his love for his girlfriend, Kylan. Kristen Cloak, who would later marry Glenn Morgan, played Shane Vanson, a tough-as-nails leader haunted by the murder of her family by rogue AI units called Silicates. Rodney Rowland brought depth to Cooper Hawks, a genetically engineered soldier grappling with his humanity and the stigma of being an in vitro, a lab-grown human. James Morrison's T.C. McQueen became a fan favorite, embodying the stoic, fatherly commander archetype. The diverse cast also included Joel De La Fuente as Paul Wang, the comic relief with hidden depths, and Lene Chapman as Vanessa Damphus, the team's tech-savvy problem solver. With the cast in place, production began. Morgan and Wong's commitment to authenticity extended to every aspect of the show. Military advisors were brought on board to ensure accuracy in the depiction of tactics and terminology. The production design team worked tirelessly to create believable sets, from the interiors to the desolate landscapes. The show's muted color palette and practical design set it apart from its contemporaries. Unlike the sleek, colorful ships of Star Trek or Babylon 5, Space Above and Beyond embraced a grittier, more industrial aesthetic. The VFX, though limited by the technology of the time, benefited from this grounded approach. Production wasn't just a technical challenge, it was a grueling experience for the cast and crew. The physical demands of portraying soldiers were reflected in the actors' performances, with many spending hours undergoing military-style training. Despite these efforts, Space Above and Beyond faced an uphill battle. The pilot episode, intended to introduce audiences to the series' world and characters, struggled to find its footing. Critics praised its ambition but noted its uneven pacing and heavy exposition. As the series progressed, it began to find its voice. The writers tackled themes of prejudice, camaraderie, and morality, presenting a nuanced portrayal of war and its effects on humanity.
Space Above and Beyond, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, before Earth 2.
The Chigs, the show's primary antagonists, were designed to be both alien and practical, their armor evoking a mix of 1950s sci-fi and contemporary war gear. Their insect-like designs hinted at an otherworldly intelligence, while their tactical sophistication added an air of menace to their portrayal. The depiction of the in vitros, genetically engineered humans treated as second-class citizens, offered a poignant allegory for racism and prejudice. Their struggles were mirrored in Hawks' journey as he sought to prove his worth in a society that viewed him as expendable. The AI wars added layers of complexity, challenging traditional notions of humanity's moral high ground. While the on-screen product was rich with depth and nuance, the behind-the-scenes reality of Space Above and Beyond was fraught with challenges that would ultimately doom the series. On set, tensions were high. Rodney Rowland's intensity sometimes clashed with directors, while Kristen Cloak's dedication to her role earned her respect but also placed enormous pressure on her. Fox granted the show a budget that, while respectable for the time, was far from sufficient to achieve the creator's full vision. The result was a constant battle to stretch resources as far as possible, often relying on innovative, low-cost solutions to deliver the series' gritty aesthetic. The workload for the cast and crew was grueling. The actors underwent extensive military-style training to convincingly portray soldiers, and the demanding shoot schedules left little room for rest. Creative clashes also played a significant role in the show's troubled production. Glenn Morgan and James Wong's commitment to creating a grounded, morally complex narrative sometimes put them at odds with Fox executives. One major hurdle was the network's reluctance to embrace the show's darker, more mature themes. Episodes that delved into the psychological toll of war or explored humanity's darker instincts were often met with resistance, forcing the creators to make compromises. Despite these challenges, Morgan and Wong pushed forward, crafting a series that balanced intense action with thought-provoking storytelling. However, the writing was on the wall.
My name is Lieutenant Colonel T.C. McQueen. I'm an in vitro, a race of artificially gestated humans. I command a Marine Corps squadron.
Despite its creative successes, Space Above and Beyond struggled in the ratings. Fox deemed it too expensive and niche to continue. The series ended after 23 episodes, leaving many storylines unresolved. Fans were devastated, and the cast and crew felt the sting of unrealized potential. In the years since, the show has gained a cult following. Its influence can be seen in modern sci-fi series like Battlestar Galactica and The Expanse, which adopted its gritty, character-driven approach. So could Space Above and Beyond work today? Possibly. In a landscape dominated by streaming platforms and serialized storytelling, its format could thrive. With a clearer vision and better network support, it could have been a trailblazer. Even without a revival, its legacy endures, reminding us that some stories, though short-lived, leave an indelible mark. The Wildcards may have fought their last battle, but their spirit lives on, inspiring future generations to reach for the stars and beyond. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content.